Okay, welcome everyone to the fourth installment of the Scalapeño conference, the Israeli Scala conference. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you here to Be'er-Sheva, to the university and to the conference. Cheers. All right. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Tomer. I've been the organizer of the Scalapeño conferences since 2013. In 2013, my colleague Shai Alin and I co-founded Underscore, which is the Israeli Scala user group. 5 years, a couple dozen, if not more, meetups, and 3 conferences later, this being the 4th. It gives me a huge pleasure to be here again and to welcome you all to the conference. Now, although my image is there and I'm the titular head of the organizer team, in effect, putting a conference together actually takes a lot of work and a lot of, kind of a very involved process of setting up a conference. And this year, we have a small and very dedicated and passionate group of people who actually did all the work. It's very nice to have my name there, but I actually deserve almost none of the credit. The people who actually deserve the credit are a bunch of really, really smart and dedicated and passionate people, and I'd like you to welcome me in a round of applause to the Scalapeño team. Thank you very much. Now, this amazing group of people has worked for the past few months, actually more than a few. It takes almost a year to put one of these things together. And it gives me a great amount of satisfaction and pride to actually entrust the organization of the conference to such a wonderful group of people. And I hope you will recognize their efforts. Speaking of which, if you see anyone wearing one of these red shirts and a staff badge, first of all, stop to say hi and thank them for their efforts. And second, if you have any questions or things you need to know, these are the people you should be talking to. So red shirts, staff badges, and that's pretty much it. Now that that's out of the way, there's another group of people that we should be thankful for, and being here sort of is a tribute to their efforts, and that's our group of speakers. Here you go. Now, we've always planned or designed for Scalapeño to be an international conference, and I'm very, very happy and proud to say that out of 17 speakers this year, a full third of those 17 speakers are actually from outside of Israel, which I think is a testament to the growth and maturity of the Scala community, both in this country and globally. And I think that's just absolutely amazing. So welcome, honored guests. We are super stoked to have you here. Thank you very much for coming all the way from various countries to be in this tiny Middle Eastern speck of dust that we're so proud of. And with that, there is one final group of people that we should all thank for being here today, and that's our sponsors. So it's very easy to be cynical about corporate sponsorships in a conference, but what you fail to realize is, to start with, those companies make events like this possible. Without sponsorships, we could not put together conferences, and that's true of any conference, whether it's a commercial conference or a community conference like this one. So with that in mind, a second thing we should be thankful for is these are the companies operating in Israel that actually allow us to work, to have jobs that we love and work with tools and languages that we love. So if you're cynical about it, tone it down a little bit, and if not, please join me in a round of applause for our sponsors: Wix Engineering, Fiber, Outbrain, Big Panda, Akamai, NetApp, Riskified, and of course the very university that is hosting us today, the Ben-Gurion University of the Negev. Speaking of sponsors, at this point I would very much love to welcome our hosts, represented by Professor Dan Bloomberg, who's Vice President of the University and the Dean of Research and Development. Give him a big round of applause. Thank you.
Hi, that's what I was told. Morning, welcome to you all. Wow, this is exciting. In a way, I feel like a dinosaur standing here in this room. I'm even wearing a button shirt. Wrong thing to be wearing this morning. I actually am excited about this, and here at BGU, we've been putting a lot of effort in building a whole ecosystem around the university, mainly in the areas of IT, in various aspects of IT, cybersecurity, medical data, and others. Wix is one of our partners in this ecosystem that we've been building. And anyone who walked through or drove through Beersheba 10 years ago knew that, this was a place, you said a speck of dust in the Middle East earlier. This was only a little fraction of that speck of dust. Some of you my age probably stopped at Montana ice cream on the way to military service somewhere in the south, but there was not much more. And now, in the last 4 years, we've built right across the street from the university an advanced technologies park, which in 4 years has 3 buildings standing, occupied, 2,500 engineers, all in the area of IT. That's a huge accomplishment and a change that has occurred here. 10 years from now, we believe that there are going to be probably around 15,000 engineers in the park, 32,000 young officers in the military units that are moving to the area of Beersheba. I'm not talking about the training facility, which is 20 kilometers south. I'm talking about the IT units and the intelligence units that are moving. A university, which is now 20,000 students strong, 6,000 of them are graduate students. We produce roughly, in the city of Beersheba, we produce roughly 50% of Israeli engineers annually between the university and the colleges nearby. 35% of Israel's engineering faculty are located here on campus, on this very campus where you're sitting this morning. So that's a huge change, and changes don't come easily, but changes do come through young people, and all you Scalapeños are part of this change that is occurring, and I think that this is a really, truly changing event this morning by having this event here at Beersheba, and I applaud you for choosing Beersheba to have this event this morning. So thank you all. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy it, and I hope to learn a lot this morning.
Okay, thank you very much. Next up, we have Lior Gildar of Fiber. Thank you.
Morning, everyone. As Tomer already mentioned, my name is Lior. I'm the backend group lead at Fiber. For those of you who don't know us, Fiber is a leading ad tech company, and we serve billions of requests every day and generating terabytes of data almost every hour. The thing is, it hasn't always been that way. 5 years ago, when I joined this small startup company in the industrial zone of Petah Tikva, we could literally barely support a fraction of that traffic. Now, our goal has always been a solid infrastructure supporting billions of transactions, data aggregation, extensive monitoring, but we couldn't afford the manpower and the huge operation that we needed. 3 years later, with an R&D department of almost 50 developers, we made an exit of almost close to $100 million. Now, how did we accomplish that? By rewriting this huge monolithic Java application based on the classic Java Spring Hibernate stack into an actor-based Scala application written over Akka, implementing an elastic messaging system using Kafka, and developing strong analytic solutions using Spark streaming, Druid, and other very powerful open source solutions. When we embarked on this journey, we were one of the very few companies who bet on the Scala Akka stack in production, definitely for such a huge operation. In fact, back then we had to pay a guy from Lightband back when they were still called TypeSafe, to code review our usage of Akka over Skype, which was very challenging. So I'm excited. I'm sure we're all excited, but me personally, I'm excited to see this amazing leap made by the Scala language and the Scala community over the past years. You're all very welcome to come see us at our booth, talk about Scala, Akka, production, monitoring, life in general, whatever you feel like. And that's it. Have a great conference, and thanks, everyone.
Okay, and last but not least, we have here Kobi Maman, head of booking for longtime supporter and patron of the conference, Wix Engineering.
Okay, good morning, Be'er Sheva. Woo! Yeah, Be'er Sheva. So actually, this feels like a home game to me. I'm born and raised in Be'er Sheva. I studied here at Ben Gurion for my undergrads and graduate studies. And today, most importantly, I'm working in Wix Engineering right here across the street in the high-tech park. So we in Wix Be'er Sheva, or as we like to call it, Wix 7, we actually are building some of the most exciting products of Wix, including Wix Bookings, which Tomer just mentioned, Wix CRM, and Wix OS. So this is an all-engineering site, which is not unusual for Wix. Wix engineering is 50% out of Wix. Okay, this is huge. And these products are facing some great engineering challenges. So for example, Wix Bookings is a product that allows anyone to offer his services online, get booked online, get paid online, and we actually connect the scheduling problem domain to the business needs and to huge scale issues and challenges that we face in Wix. So we are at Wix Engineering. We are very excited to take part at this conference and to sponsor it. We are proud to be part of the Scala community here in Israel. We are proud to contribute to it. And obviously, we are here. We are here to talk. We have Noam and Milda, our own Noam and Milda, that are going to talk. They have great talks. We are here for the rest of the day. I'm here for the rest of the day. Feel free to drop by our booth, talk to us. We have very interesting challenges that we would like to share. So feel free, and most importantly, have a great time and learn as much as you can. Thank you.
Okay, so before I leave you in the capable hands of our first speaker, I would like to cover a few points of administrative stuff. So here's what you need to know. First of all, we have a Telegram channel for announcements, notifications, and such. If you're interested, the link is on the left. If you tweet, or actually if you post on any social media, we would ask you to use the hashtag Scalapeño18, just so people will be able to actually find your posts or tweets or images, whatever. I would like to invite on stage a notable and occasionally slightly controversial pillar of the Scala community, whom we know and love. He is an entrepreneur, software engineer, notable speaker and organizer, never shying away from debate, but always engaging in it wholeheartedly and with the best of intentions. Please welcome our keynote speaker, John DeGos. Thank you.